If you're thinking of applying for a US study visa, then you're watching the right video. Hello everyone. In this video today, we'll be talking about the broken down steps to apply for a USA study visa. If you're a returning subscriber, you are highly welcome. I do appreciate the loyalty. And if you're a first timer here on my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Zuri, and on this channel, we basically talk about travel tips, immigration tips, as well as foreign opportunities. It could be scholarships, it could be jobs abroad, and so on and so forth. And so if you know that you're interested in the kind of things that we discuss on this channel, please smash the subscribe button so that you can be notified when we drop any content that would be relevant to you. And also, if you're feeling generous, you can share this video with one or two people that you're sure would be interested in what I discuss on this channel. And so let's get right into it. I have my laptop here as usual, and we're just going to talk about the steps to apply for a US study visa. Now, I have created a video talking about the documents that you need in order to apply for the USA study visa. We talked about each document and we talked about the importance of each document. So if you are yet to watch that video, this video is like a part 2 or a continuation, because before you apply for your study visa, you need to know what documents you need in order to apply, right? And so I'm going to link that video in the description below. If you haven't watched that video, please go watch that video, okay? Now we're just going to jump right into it, okay? I don't want to waste time or make this video long. The first one is that you need to apply to an SEVP approved school. And I explained in the previous video what SEVP is. That is the Student Exchange Visitor Program, okay? It's much like in Canada where you have the DLI, Designated Learning Institute. These are schools, the SEVP approved schools are schools, and there are a lot of them actually. These are schools that allow for international students to come in and study. So they would issue you your form I-20, which is extremely essential, okay? So you need to apply to the school and get accepted. Now, the second step is that you need to pay your SEVIS fee, okay? Your service fee, which allows for your data to be managed, okay? That fee is for your data to be managed. And I also talked about that fee on the other video. So please go watch the other video because I talked about the importance of that fee, okay? Now, the third step is that you need to complete your DS-160 form. This is very important. The DS-160 form is the application form for all non-immigrant visas, okay? So you need to complete this form online and print out the confirmation page, because that confirmation page is what you need in order to apply and to schedule a visa interview, okay? One interesting tip that you need to take note of while filling out your DS-160 form, and I say this all the time, it can never be overemphasized. Make sure that all the information that you're filling on your DS-160 form is truthful and accurate, okay? You have to be honest, you have to be organized, you have to be accurate with whatever you're filling in on the DS-160 form, okay? So take your time to fill it and make sure that you are honest and that every information that you put in there, you have proof for it, okay? Don't just fill it for filling's sake, okay? Because this is one of the reasons why a lot of people get denied a US visa. I know that a lot of people see the US visa application as quite complicated, and so they are quite scared. But if you fill out your form accurately and your documentation is complete, then you don't have any reason to be afraid, okay? Now let's go to the next step. You need to schedule your visa interview. You pay your visa fees and then you schedule your visa interview with the US Embassy or consulate closest to you. If you're a Nigerian, you either go to Abuja or you go to Lagos. Now let's talk about the next step, which is to gather all your relevant documents, okay? Your I-20 form, your financial proof, your proof of ties, everything that you need, okay? Your acceptance letter, everything that you need, especially your international passport. Your passport has to be valid for at least 6 months beyond your intended stay in the US, okay? So if your program, for example, if your program is 2 years, then your passport has to be valid for at least 2 years and 6 months, okay? It is very advisable. Now, the last one here that I wrote is for you to attend the visa interview, okay? You need to go to your visa interview and ensure that you bring along all the necessary documents for your visa interview. This is very important because the visa officer needs to be convinced about your application, and all your documentation go together to assure him that you are eligible for this visa that you are applying for, okay? They assure him that he or she is meant to give you this visa. Now, if you are one of those people that are quite nervous about visa interviews, you're not alone, okay? I used to be extremely nervous about going for visa interviews, and so because of people like you and me, I have created a video to help us to understand how to respond to questions that the visa officer may ask, okay? I've compiled a video talking about the possible interview questions that the visa officer will ask, as well as how to respond to those questions. I also compiled a video talking about how to attend a visa interview, how to create a favorable impression at a visa interview. I'm going to link them in the description below, okay? So please go watch those videos before you attend your visa interview. It's going to help you a lot to be more confident, okay? I used to be very nervous when going for visa interviews, and these tips actually helped me, and so I have created a video talking about these tips because I know that they would help other people as well. All right, I also created another video talking about what the visa officer wants from you, okay? As a matter of fact, that's the title of the video. What does the visa officer want from me? It can be frustrating when you're trying to read the mind of your visa officer. All right, I have created a video on that, a sneak peek to the mind of a visa officer, and I'm also going to link it in the description below. So please go watch these videos, and I'm sure that you will be satisfied and you will be happy by the time you're ready to go for your visa interview. Now, when you go for your visa interview, you should be ready to answer a wide range of questions, especially about your finances. Now, in order to help you to understand how to show your proof of funds, I also have a video on proof of funds, how to show your proof of funds, and the common mistake that we make when it comes to proof of funds. Nowadays, a lot of people are getting denied, okay, visa denials based on their financial statement, okay? And it is not just about having just a lot of money in your account, because if it was about having a lot of money in your account, a lot of people will not be denied based on their finances, okay? But there are little mistakes that we make when applying for visas, especially with proof of funds, okay? And so I have created a video talking about all the little mistakes that we make when showing our proof of funds, as well as how to show your proof of funds adequately. So please go watch that video. I'm also going to link it in the description below, okay? Now, another thing that I need to tell you about is how to show your proof of ties to your country. Yes, a lot of people might be saying, I want to relocate to the US through the study visa route, right? And there's nothing bad about that. But then, while you are applying for the study visa, you need to convince the visa officer that you will go back to your country after your study is done. Okay, you shouldn't start telling the visa officer, I'm not going back to my country, I'm coming to your country and I'm staying there and I'm never going back to my country. No, don't do that. Okay, don't do that. So you need to assure the visa officer that you're ready to come back to your country after your study is done. And in order to do this, you need to prove to the visa officer that you have things and people or businesses waiting back at home for you when you are done with your studies, okay? And so this is called proof of ties, okay? Showing proof of ties. I have a video talking about proof of ties and the things that you can use to show proof of ties, the documentation also that you can use to show proof of ties, like your marriage certificate, birth certificate of your kids and all that, so on and so forth, okay? Please go watch it. I don't want to make this video very long, so please go watch it, okay? Now let's talk about the last step, okay? I know that you might be thinking that's the final step, right? But then let's talk about the last step. The step 7 is for you to wait for your visa approval. It might take a few weeks, it might take more than a few weeks for your visa to be processed and approved. And so while waiting for your visa approval, you can be getting ready, putting the things that you need together, okay? So that's all about applying for a US study visa, the step-by-step guide to apply for your US study visa. I want to let you know that I'm really rooting for you to get this visa done, and if you follow these guidelines and you got your visa done and you got your study visa, please don't forget to come and drop it in the comment section. Let us know if these tips helped you. If you want me to talk about another country or another type of visa that you are interested in knowing about, you can drop it in the comment section and I definitely we'll do something about it. Thank you so much for staying till the end of this video. If you want to have a chat with me, maybe concerning an application that you're on, my link is also in the description below. So please go check it out, and I'm happy to respond to you. If you liked the content of this video, please give me a juicy thumbs up, and if you're feeling generous, please share it with 1 or 2 of your friends that you know are interested in studying abroad. Till I see you in another video, stay safe and keep traveling.